From one of the loudest venues in the National Football League, you get a look there at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's Nix to throw right away. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Nix to the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 67 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. To throw is Nix. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Able to power through. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And his throw is incomplete. The Chiefs at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Mahomes now to throw. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And this is going to be another... As they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Yellow. Pacheco gets it up the gut, and he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra. That went out wide and intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end Kelce. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a 2nd and 10. Nix from the shotgun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 34. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This is 2nd and 8. To throw, here's Nix. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Chiefs 14, Broncos 3.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. George Karlaftis. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Nix. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And Patrick Mahomes, for all of his artistry and arm angles and what he can do in the short passing game, never forget he's got a cannon as well. He unleashes a big one there, but that time it winds up incomplete.
Yellow! Hey, 43, 43,
Now a toss left for Pacheco. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
This will be caught at about the 6.
And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Throwing Nix.
He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos have cut it back within a score.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yellow.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Looking deep for Adams. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Brandon Jones picking it off.
They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Nix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Nix.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in 1 play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
Hey, 57, 57. Right side.
Now Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, he's been a busy man in this first half. They've targeted him quite a bit, including both plays here to start this drive. And until that defense starts reacting a little better, they may just keep going back to him.
This is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes it a 21-10 game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Chiefs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 46. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Inside the booth alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know.
And this will be caught at the 30. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one. 41 yards.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they're down to the 29-yard line.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Chiefs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the slot man goes in motion left. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Working out of the gun is Nix. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Here's Hardman to return. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Yellow. Come back.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move
over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A huge play there for Denver. 48 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability, and that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incomplete.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
From the gun on third down, Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the fourth down.
Mims in motion left. They're going. It's Nix.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling. They'll look to throw here on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
A third quarter action from Kansas City, second down and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up third and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Broncos are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
31. Broncos 17.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
15.
On play action, it's Mahomes. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. 62 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Broncos 17. Harrison Butker and a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Mims in motion left. Nix to the air.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. To throw is Nix. Look at the big man rumble.
And all the way home for a Bronco score. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Broncos 24. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Lavonte David. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here we go, set.
Mims in motion left.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly.
Escaping the pressure right. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Nix. He'll buy some time right.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't
And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Mahomes now to throw.
Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Yellow. Hey, yellow. Hey, go gun. 15.
Mahomes going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Yellow. Select. Right side.
They'll run for it with Pacheco.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Chiefs are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the